Peninsula in, for 10 points, what country, also home to many Aztec sites? For 10 points each. Letter A. Name the point below the epicenter at which seismic activity originates.
How long have you been doing academic team?
This was my first time here at CMS. I used to teach at Southwest many years ago. And I did what was called Quiz Bowl at the time. It's had many names. And so now it's Scholar Bowl, but it's the same idea.
How does academic team work?
Well, anyone who wants to be on the team can be. We didn't have to have tryouts. We had the perfect number. It's set up so that you have two teams playing against each other.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is focus or hypocenter. Letter B. The deep focus type of these seismic events cause relatively limited shaking of the ground.
Well, anyone who wants to be on the team can be. We didn't have to have tryouts. We had the perfect number. It's set up so that you have two teams playing against each other. You have a reader who reads a question, and each person has their own buzzer. They can buzz in if they know the answer to the question. And when they buzz in, it shuts off the other team's ability to buzz in, and so then if they get it right, they get a point, actually 10 points, and if they don't, then the other team has a chance to answer it as well.
Points. What rival of the Conservative Party?
First, and then you go on, and you have a total of 22 questions generally, with about 11 questions per half.
That is incorrect.
Executive.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is the Labor Party.
What happens during meets?
So during meets, there's a team of 4 or 5 people. Sometimes it's mixed 7th, 8th. Most of the time it's like different matches for the 2 grades. The person in front, or people, if there's multiple, asks you questions, and the 2 opposing teams, each person has a buzzer, and the person who thinks they know it buzzes in, makes a little sound, and then they're like, hey, you, and then you say the answer, and if you're wrong, the other team has a chance to answer the question. And there's a time limit to bonus questions. There's 3 bonus questions after a correct answer for a toss-up question, and the other team can steal. The person in front asks you questions, and the 2 teams, each person has a buzzer, and if you know it, then you buzz it. Then they say your name, and then you tell them your answer, and if you get it right, there's 3 bonus questions, and you can get those right. And you can steal bonus questions.
What happens during practice?
During practice, it's basically the same thing, but sometimes we did the everybody knows cards, and those were way easier. Essentially, they were the last sentence of an actual question without all the extra stuff. It was a lot more lenient in behavior. We were lots of chat. We did pretty well though. Usually it was 7th grade and 8th grade opposing teams. Usually 8th grade won.
Smith. That is incorrect.
William Shakespeare.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Robert Frost.
So I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite moment from academic team?
My favorite moment is probably when you get a question right, like a really hard question that no one knew. It feels really satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
China.
That's correct. Bonus question number 6. For 10 points each, name these places where 19th century engineer John A. Roebling built suspension bridges. Letter A. Roebling's major achievement is the bridge that links Manhattan to this namesake borough, which is New York City's most populous borough.
Brooklyn Bridge.
That's correct. Letter B. One of the earliest railway suspension bridges was built by Roebling near this enormous waterfall on the border between Ontario and New York. Okay, the correct answer is Niagara Falls. Question C. The John A. Roebling.
Ask you some questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite moment from academic team?
I think the most fun that I had with with academic team was when Nora read for us at a practice, and I got to actually play on the team, and that was a lot of fun because I hadn't done that until then.
Why do you lead academic team?
Well, we needed someone because Miss Lehman had moved to another school, and she had been the Scholar Bowl coach last year, and so I hadn't heard that anybody else was doing it, and so I thought it would be a good way to continue to have a relationship with 8th graders and not just have them for 1 year and never hardly see them again. And I was right. It's been a great time.
During practice.
Well, basically the same thing. What we have started doing this year, I thought it would be fun. I have a box of questions, trivia questions called Everybody Knows. And so we kind of use those as what I call just a warm-up. And they aren't set up in a Scholar Bowl platform